Former WWE and Universal Champion Bray Wyatt has been released by WWE following 12 years of service to the company. Hey everyone, I'm Denise Salcedo and you're watching the Sportster News. Bray Wyatt, who has not been seen on WWE programming since the Raw after Mania, has officially been released by the company. Here is the full story. WWE confirmed Wyatt's release on its website on Saturday, July 31st. The company wrote a short statement saying, WWE has come to terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. We wish him the best in all of his future endeavors. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer reported that Bray Wyatt was told by John Laurinaitis that his release was due to budget cuts. And turns out that Bray Wyatt had been preparing to return to the company and was scheduled to return in August and was already booked on some shows. His last WWE match was against Randy Orton at WrestleMania 37, which ended with the crowd booing. His final appearance was during a Firefly Funhouse segment on the Raw after Mania. During his time in WWE, he was a one-time WWE champion, a two-time Universal champion, and held both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles. This does feel like incredibly surprising news. However, Vince McMahon may have hinted at this development a couple of days ago. Earlier this week, Vince was part of an earnings call with investors and was asked about AEW and whether or not he felt that they were competition. Vince's response was that AEW is not competition for WWE, and Vince was quoted as saying, "I'm not sure where their investments are when it comes to their talent. Perhaps we can give them some more." Bray Wyatt is a third-generation wrestler who joined WWE's developmental system in 2009. He reported for duty at WWE's feeder promotion Florida Championship Wrestling, which would later be rebranded as NXT. Wyatt, whose real name is Wyndham Rotunda, began performing under the name Duke Rotunda in a tag team with his real-life brother Bo Dallas. The two brothers eventually became FCW Tag Team Champions. In 2010, Wyatt participated in the original game show adjacent incarnation of NXT under the ring name Husky Harris, with Cody Rhodes as his mentor. He then played a role in the memorable Nexus storyline, but ultimately returned to FCW. In 2012, Husky Harris was repackaged as Bray Wyatt and debuted on the July 11, 2012 episode of the rebranded NXT, where he kicked off his tenure at Full Sail University with a win over Aiden English. Bray Wyatt soon formed a family. The group was called up to the main roster in May of 2013 when vignettes hyping their arrival began to air on Raw. For a time being, the Wyatt family was one of the most popular acts in WWE, and the gimmick propelled Wyatt into the main event scene. A WWE Championship reign and a WrestleMania match with Undertaker followed, but ultimately Bray's star power was squandered. He was repackaged as The Fiend, a flamboyant, horror-inspired character that seemed popular at first but quickly polarized fans. Following his release, Wyatt's former on-screen protege Alexa Bliss took to Twitter to share a touching tribute to her friend. She wrote, "I am really at a loss for words. Thank you so much, Wyndham, for everything you've done for this company. The most fun I've had is working with you." Wrestling fans across the globe are definitely surprised by the news of the release of Bray Wyatt. What was your reaction? What are your thoughts? Go ahead and let us know in the comments section below. Plus, as always, do not forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the Sportster for more wrestling news. You can follow me on Twitter and or on Instagram at _Denise Salcedo, and make sure to check out thesportster.com for more on the latest in pro wrestling.